Hey, welcome everyone in this new video tutorial about Diablo-like dungeon generation. In this video, we are going to fix uh, not a bug, but one of our the system that puts the end tile uh, somewhere the furthest away from the start tile. So in this example of dungeon, I was randomly browsing through the dungeons, generating dungeons over and over, and I encountered that layout where the end tile is actually plugged to to an additional tile, and maybe we don't want that. It depends on depending on what type of additional tiles you set up in your metrics folder in your where is it? Well, actually, we do not have an additional tile list because we said that whenever we need to spawn an additional tile, we get a random one in the list of generic tile. And as you can see in my list of generic tile, I have all types of tiles we need for all types of connections. But maybe you're using a specific set of additional tiles which do not have the proper connections to be plugged, the proper connections. So maybe we want to actually disable the fact that we can plug the end tile to the additional tiles if we do not check that box, connect additional tiles. If we do not check that box, the end tile cannot be plugged to an additional tile. Why do we want to link both setups? Because this connecting additional tiles is likely to request us to feed to have an array of tiles that can be connected anywhere. So if we have such an array, we can connect the end tile as well as connecting the extra connection. But if we do not have that setting checked, that means we are likely to have a list of tiles which cannot be plugged to the end tile. So let's make just that by going to our layout folder, try add end tile to layout, and we're going to say that we only loop through the list of additional tiles, or we're going to make that check first, then we are going to make the second one, I mean like this. So if it's a generic tile, we are always splitting our branches, well, not always, but most of the time, because I already explained we want the furthest checks, the fewest checks, sorry. So if it's a generic tile or an additional tile, and the checkbox, the parameter connect additional tiles is checked, we can connect. We have the right to add the tile. So let's hit play. So we do not have a room for end tile before filtering. So it said it did not find a tile. If the tile is of type generic tile, or, well, I did not check that. So it said no. I think that's because we do not have any. Okay, I know why. Because we did not get the additional tile was the furthest away from the start tile, and we did not include it in this array. So actually it should have worked. If we're not adding it in here, why is it not working? So I believe that's just because we are using the array afterwards. 10 steps further tiles. I think I know why. That's because I'm not sure. I should in here, if I'm not including every tile, then I cannot choose. I cannot get. I think I cannot do that. I cannot get by the array index because this array is not a copy of the amount of all our tiles anymore. If I'm not mistaken, we are getting the keys out of here. Yep, that's why. So we actually need to store that differently. The array of temp tiles. We're actually just going to create an array at the beginning. How are we going to do that? We're going to, okay, I know how are we going to do that. We're going to get our temp tile array. We're going to add the tile in here. No, not like that. We're going to get, I want the keys out of that, and I want to put that in here. We want to reset all of this. We want to get the keys. We want to get that. We are actually going to create the temporary array in here of all the tiles we add. And then we do not need to set the array in here. We just need to rename that to valid eligible connections. Eligible connections should do the trick. Valid and eligible should mean the same in here. Let's hit play. It still did not work. Why doesn't it work? We're adding that. We're getting the keys. We're getting the right key in here. So each valid tile is set up in here, but it has the yep. That's still because we're getting that array, and instead we should do that and get that here, get that here, and then say the number of steps to start is that array. We're going to hit compile, hit play, and it's doing the trick. It's not considering the additional tiles you see. And if I check the box, it's supposed to connect it. Yep. To be able to connect it sometimes, maybe. Yep, like this. So we're fine about this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.